The start of the 2023 NFL season is less than 2 months away. Training camps are just getting going. So if you're ready to get this thing rolling here and you're ready for the 2023 NFL campaign, go ahead, do me a favor, click that thumbs up icon and like today's video. And welcome into NFL Daily, NFL fans. My name is Jack Sperry, and today I'm going to be predicting the winners of NFL QB battles heading into training camp. There's certainly some interesting battles going on across the league right now, so we're going to be breaking those down today. So let's start with, I think, the most interesting, which is the San Francisco 49ers, where you got 3 players that could end up being the starter for the 49ers in 2023. You got Brock Purdy, the guy that absolutely showed out there at the end of 2022, Sam Darnold, the newcomer from Carolina, and you got Trey Lance, who had that big injury there in 2022 at the beginning of the year. So let's break these guys down one at a time, starting with Trey Lance, who, of course, had that major injury, that major leg injury at the beginning of the 2022 season. And when he played, he didn't look all that great. 48.4 completion percentage, only a 194 yards on the year, no touchdowns, and an interception. Now, to be fair, he got hurt in week 2. In that week 1 game against Chicago, it was crazy winds with rain. So it's really hard to really put a value on Lance's stats from last season. But even in years prior, when he got opportunities to play, he didn't look all that great. He hasn't played a whole lot of snaps. Even going back to his days in North Dakota State, where it was a run-heavy offense against FCS competition, Trey Lance is somebody that I'm really concerned about right now because he hasn't played a whole lot of football in his time with the 49ers, and even going back to college. He just doesn't have a bunch of passing reps, which scares me a lot. I think that his throwing mechanics need to get a little bit better. He has a couple hitches in his mechanics, which are very concerning to me, and it's leading to some accuracy deficiencies. And then also, when he got to the league, he wasn't nearly as dominant of a runner because, when he's playing against FCS competition, he looks super fast, but then when he put him on a field with other NFL caliber players, he's just not that special and dynamic of a running threat, at least in my opinion. So I really don't think he's going to end up winning this job. So I think it comes down to Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold. You got Brock Purdy, who came in there in relief of Jimmy Garoppolo there pretty much the middle of the season and just took his opportunity and ran with it, right? Over 30 points per game as the starter of the 49ers, won a playoff game against the Seattle Seahawks last year, and the numbers speak for themselves, okay? 61.1 completion percentage, over 1,300 yards passing, 13 touchdowns, and just 4 interceptions. He is somebody that is really, really good at taking advantage of what Kyle Shanahan gives him. But then you got Sam Darnold here, who I think is very, very intriguing because he was in a situation that was the complete opposite of where he is now. Carolina's offense, led by offensive coordinator Ben McAdoo, one of the worst offensive coordinators in the league, and he still kind of thrived. He almost got this team almost got the Panthers to the playoffs last year. And you take a look at the numbers comparing these two quarterbacks. The big-time throw percentage from Darnold, 4 percentage points higher than Purdy. Turnover-worthy plays, it's not that much of a difference, but Brock Purdy does have a little bit of a advantage there. But then the big thing to look at here, in my opinion, the expected completion percentage. In Ben McAdoo's offense there in Carolina, Sam was only expected to complete 55.7% of his passes. Instead, he overachieved and got to 72.2 in adjusted completion percentage, which adjusts for drops. So it's looking to me like Sam Darnold definitely had did a better job at overcoming adversity, whereas Brock Purdy definitely had that Shanahan system working to his favor. And you see that in the differential there between his adjusted completion percentage and expected completion percentage, almost double what Purdy had in 2022. So it's certainly possible, in my opinion, that Darnold is the best quarterback on this roster right now. However, Purdy, you just know what you have in him. He's very solid. He's very reliable. I think that if he's healthy, he is going to be the one on the field because he's earned that opportunity. But Darnold is going to be right on his tail. If Purdy starts to struggle midway through the season, I certainly wouldn't be shocked to see Sam Darnold on the field as the 49ers starter here in 2023. So let me know who you think is the best quarterback on the 49ers roster right now. Is it Brock Purdy? Give me a BP. Is it Sam Darnold? Go SD. Or is it Trey Lance? Give me a TL. down there in the comment section. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. Take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. Now let's move on to the Indianapolis Colts, where they just drafted Anthony Richardson in the top 10 of this year's NFL draft, but they also brought in Gardner Minshew, a former backup for the Philadelphia Eagles, to kind of be that bridge quarterback there for Shane Steichen. And of course, Minshew has experience in Steichen's offense here. Of course, coming from the Eagles to the Colts, it's somebody that Steichen has a lot of confidence in. Last year when he played for the Eagles, just 57.9 completion percentage, not a great number there, and then was even with his touchdown to interception ratio. So he's fine. He's okay. He's a replacement level starter in my opinion, but you're bringing in a guy like Anthony Richardson here who has a chance to be a super dynamic weapon for Shane Steichen and this offense. I think that he is going to be somebody that you look at and you say, man, this guy could be potentially the best quarterback in the National Football League, rivaling Patrick Mahomes someday. And trust me, I don't take that lightly. I love Patrick Mahomes, but you just look at what Anthony Richardson can bring with the arm strength, with the arm talent, his pocket presence, which was a very, very underrated in Florida, in my opinion. This guy's just getting started. This guy just started playing football, and he looked pretty decent for the Florida Gators last year, throwing the ball down the field. He's definitely got some stuff that he still needs to work through. The mental processing needs to get better, all these different things, the accuracy. But I like his throwing mechanics. I love his pocket presence, and I love his feel for the game. And then, of course, everybody loves the physical tools. I mean, this guy can be a home run hitter with his legs. He's got Cam Newton's body, but he's almost got Justin Fields' speed as well, which is absolutely an insane combination. And you combine that with this QB run game that Shane Steichen's going to design. You're going to have Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor, two guys that can take it to the house on any given play, running the read option. That's going to be almost impossible to stop. So in my opinion, because of the potential there in the run game, I think the rookie is going to end up winning the position here before the start of the year. I think Minshew's going to go into camp mainly getting the first team reps, but I think as the camp goes on, Richardson time and time again is going to prove his worth. And I really do believe in Richardson's future. I think he's going to be a superstar quarterback in this league, which I know is a little bit of a hot take, but that is what I believe. Now, coming up here, I got two more QB battles to break down for y'all. But first, if you need a new hat for your favorite NFL team, we got them for you on the Fanatics website. Go to chatsports.com/NFL hats. We got multiple designs for a bunch of different teams, different types of bill styles as well. If you like the flat, if you like the curved, if you like some crazy designs, we've got some awesome stuff waiting for you guys on the Fanatics website right now. So if you need a new hat here for the start of the 2023 season, go to chatsports.com/NFL hats to get your hat today. Now let's talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where you got Baker Mayfield facing off against Kyle Trask for the starting QB spot for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And to me, this one's not going to be particularly close. I think that Baker Mayfield, this is his job to lose. And I think that Mayfield in this offense can actually be serviceable. Okay, this is the type of offense that you look around the league, and this is the type of offense that Mayfield has had success in. It's a West Coast play action heavy, under center type of offense that Mayfield has thrived in throughout his career with the Cleveland Browns. Last year, he went to more of a pro spread offense there with Ben McAdoo. Was not his style of offense whatsoever, and that showed. But this year, he's going back to a West Coast system there with Tampa Bay's new offensive coordinator, and I think it's a better fit. Offensive line definitely has some holes. The wide receivers don't necessarily fit the scheme that they're going to be trying to run this year. So I think it's going to be definitely interesting to see what Mayfield does, but Kyle Trask is definitely not going to be the answer either, okay? He doesn't have the proper arm strength. I don't think he's got the accuracy either. I mean, you look at last year, 33.3%. I mean, not a ton of time on the field for Kyle Trask, but when he was on the field, not all that great in 2022. I don't see him beating out Baker Mayfield, who's a better athlete, who has a stronger arm, who has more experience. I think that Mayfield is the best quarterback on that roster right now, and I don't think it's particularly close. I'm not expecting big things out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense this year, but I think that Mayfield definitely gives them the best shot. Now, an interesting one that I want to talk about as well is the one in Washington, which is Sam Howell versus Jacoby Brissett. And, I'm not too sure this is really a true competition. I think no matter what, the Commanders are going to give Sam Howell his shot to be the starting quarterback in the nation's capital. I mean, He's the younger player. He's got the higher upside. He's got a good arm. He's an underrated rusher of the football as well. People forget how good of a runner Sam is. But Jacoby Brissett is also a very solid starter in this league. I think that he's kind of like a mid-tier starter at this point in his career. I thought he actually played really well with the Cleveland Browns last season. He outperformed Deshaun Watson by a lot in Cleveland last year. And I think that if, it just doesn't work out with Sam Howell and he's just not very good, I think that Jacoby Brissett is the type of guy that Eric Bieniemy, the new offensive coordinator, can turn to and say, you can be a good starter for us. With Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson, the weapons that they have there in Washington. I think they're going to give Howell his shot this season, see what they have in the former 5th-round pick. But if he doesn't work out, I think that when it comes to plan Bs, when it comes to backup quarterbacks, I don't think you can get much better than Jacoby Brissett in the National Football League right now. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Sam Howell is the better quarterback? Type SH if you think it's going to be him, or do you think Jacoby Brissett is the better option for the Commanders heading into 2023? Give me a JB for Brissett if you think it's him. All right, that'll be it for today's show, NFL fans. Really do appreciate all the support. Make sure you click that subscribe button for more NFL content leading up to week 1 of the 2023 NFL campaign. My name is Jack Sperry. You can go ahead and follow me at Jack_Sperry. You can follow Chat Sports at Chat Sports on Twitter. Really do appreciate all the support, guys. I will see you guys later. Peace.